Hey guys, way before I started Project 12, last November, I had a week-long Thanksgiving break, so my mom and I went to Hong Kong, because that's where she's from. And basically I've had these clips sitting on my computer forever, and I finally decided to make a video clip of it. Are you gonna miss me?
Wait, is this a video?
Yeah, it is. It's a video. Sam, are you gonna miss me?
See you in 4 days, buddy.
You still didn't answer the question. I found it highly ironic that before our flight, we had Panda Express for dinner, aka fake Chinese food.
Hello everybody, it's Kevin in the flight deck. Our flying time into Hong Kong is 14 hours, 39 minutes. Carol, if I could please get a PA check, thank you.
We arrived at Hong Kong so early in the morning the candy store was closed. That made me sad. You see, the funny thing about large populous cities is that a two-story apartment is the equivalent of a large mansion in the suburbs. I hate the city. Anyways, yeah, this was a time when I first discovered John Green's books, and they were amazing. So I just sat and read most of the time. In large populous cities, you also get large populous graves. Look at that! You know, when I was little, I used to hate it when my mom brought me here. But now it's not that bad. I mean, the only problem I have with the city, well, usually, is that you have to walk everywhere. But that's just me being lazy. I can probably get over that if I ever decide to live in one. And also, I don't really like the streets, crowded streets especially. And when there's a lot of people, there's a lot of trash too. So, that's not very nice. Oh, here my mom and I are walking to some restaurant. Yes, we walked a lot. One mode of transportation I particularly liked was traveling by ferry. I don't know, it's just that you never find this in California. I mean, there aren't that many harbors to sail across or anything. At one point we also rode trolleys. Trolleys are fun. You don't see those in Los Angeles. You might think that the trolley itself runs pretty slowly, but when there's traffic, you can see we're passing up all the cars, and that's pretty fantastic. On the trolley, we got to pass by old people doing Tai Chi, and then these people playing around with sticks. I want to do that. That looks so much fun. We also used the subway. You know, subways are in every large city, so this one was kind of normal. I mean, I've used one before when I went to LA. But subways here are more popular, and hence, more crowded. At this one breakfast cafe my mom and I went to, you have to sit with strangers if there aren't enough tables. My mom had some important business to take care of, so I awkwardly tried to film during the meeting. I tried to mind my own business during the meeting by reading Macbeth for school, and as you can see, that textbook is falling apart. Another reason why I never really liked Hong Kong is because in big cities, you have a lot of smokers. Smoker, smokers, smoker, smoker, and this taxi cab smelled like smoke. I admire this lady's courage to put on a mask in public. Instead, I had to settle by going like this. One thing I did like about this city, though, is its buildings, because it has its new buildings and its old buildings, so it's kind of like the olden times and the modern times collide. See, there's an old building, and a new building, and another old building, another old building. Actually, there are a lot of old buildings. But there are also a lot of new buildings, and buildings under construction. My mom ended up bringing me to this one shopping mall that she used to go to when she was a teenager. It was actually quite an experience, because here you can actually haggle for prices, and they have a lot of foreign clothes, like clothes they import from Japan and things like that. Random fact that blew my mind, in Hong Kong, at the gas stations, they have servicemen that fill your tank for you. Stores here also hang meat in the open air, just like it's nothing. Here, all kids wear uniforms, so I was kind of being a creeper by filming these children. And there's a random cool fountain I saw. The real reason why we came on this trip is because I needed to go to Hong Kong in person to collect my citizenship card. The immigration office is basically like the DMV. Afterwards, my mom wanted to get her hair colored, so we went to the barber, and since I didn't want to just sit there, I had my hair trimmed. And there's that result! Whee! From a year ago. And there's my mother flipping through a magazine. We also went to a place, it's a shopping place called Times Square. Yeah, Times Square reminds me of the Times Square in New York, except they're different. This one's just a mall. And guess what? It just happened to be Barbie's 50th anniversary or something. So then the whole mall was decorated with this cupcake, wintry, dessert, sweet, hot pink mess. It was pretty cool. So there were like these playhouses and creepy doll photos and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff that people like. And it wasn't just the outside of the mall. It was the inside too. They had a special place right in the center set up for like a shrine to Barbies. Look at all those dolls, all those blonde Barbie dolls. And whatever that thing is. Oh, and Barbie needs her family portraits on the wall too, so there are lots of pictures of blown up dolls. It was kind of scary, but kind of cute. These Barbie dolls were especially dressed up in the large, poofy type of fashion. It's pretty interesting. Not that anyone would ever wear that in real life, but it was interesting to look at. But of course we didn't come here for a Barbie, we came here for a giant shopping mall. Look at that! For as long as I can remember, I've always associated eating dim sum with old people. Can you see why? I mean, they also have those Chinese dramas. After dim sum with my great aunt, we went up to her flat. Funny story about these apartments. Basically everyone who lived here was old and they're all dying off one by one. So the man who wants to tear down this building to rebuild it is just waiting for everyone to die off. Sadly, my adventures in Hong Kong came to an end, so we flew to San Francisco for Thanksgiving with my grandparents.
Ah, get